It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and now we all know how this story will probably end. However, we still play along, we still follow along. Now, Bobby Shmurda, he's being held in jail in New York on charges that include conspiracy, gun charges, and even reckless endangerment. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, why hasn't he gotten out? Now, his bail is set at $2 million, and we've been wondering, like, didn't Epic Records say they were going to put up some money for him to get out? They fell all the way back. He changed lawyers. Basically, they submitted a package for him to get out a bail, which was a celebrity bail bondsman. That got rescinded. We're like, what's going on? Now, Bobby Shmurda did a very questionable move, in my estimation, because he just did an interview. He did an interview with Billboard magazine, and now basically it came out and it's in text form. And if you guys are wondering, before we even get into this, click the link in the description. You can read the whole thing. I'll have some snippets here, but check this out, man, because we'll start off by saying this. When you're, for anybody, if you're in a court case, right, and you're a high profile individual, this is two things that you should do. Number one, you should shut the fuck up. Number two, you should stay the fuck low, okay? You shouldn't be doing any type of interviews. Now, neither your lawyer should be talking to the press at all. If you're signed to a record label, they got a PR staff, they should put out a statement. That's it. To inform the public, that's it. You're not here to fucking appease some bloggers, and including myself, radio stations, magazines, or anybody that's speculating. You're talking about your freedom. So that's first and foremost. Now, the second thing is that if you ever speak about your case, which you shouldn't, I just said you shouldn't, you never criticize or even mention the judge or the DA. Ask Meek Mill. The last time he mentioned them on a song, he was sitting in jail a couple months later for an endless amount of time because they just revoked his probation. So talking about a judge in a current case, not a good thing. Now, you probably get to where I'm going with this whole thing. So basically, he did an interview. I'm talking about Bobby Shmurda now. He did an interview with Billboard, and he's saying, he was kind of just talking about how it is. They're like, yo, how is it in there? He's like, yo, survival of the fittest in here. By the way, he's not in Rikers. So for everybody talking about he's not in Rikers. He's at the Manhattan fucking complex or whatever that is. They call that the pound or whatever the fuck they call that. Now, listen. Apparently, he says everybody knows him in jail. He's cool. He hasn't been stabbed. He's clearing up rumors that's been out on the blogs. There's nothing wrong with him. He's in fucking protective custody. You're not going to run down on somebody on protective custody. He's a high-profile individual. Everybody knows him in New York. Now, they asked him about bail. They said, listen, are your mother and your lawyer working to get you out on bail? Are you hopeful about that? This is what he said. He said, listen, we're trying right now, but I think the DA and the judge and everyone in the court is being biased. This is like, I'm like, whoa. He says this. It's so crazy. The favoritism. Yeah, they don't have no evidence, no nothing on me for the bill to be so damn high. I haven't been around 4 years, so I didn't even make $2 million. They gave me a bill they know I can't pay. We could pay 10%, and we tried to pay the 10%, but they told us collateral. And every time we go for bail, it's something new. Right? This is him talking about his case and basically saying these guys, they're so biased, right? As I said, talking about the judge, talking about the DA. Not a good thing. Now, he was also saying, they asked him, they said, what were you thinking the last time you went to court? That was January 29th. He said, listen, when I see the judge and the DA, I see a bunch of people who are trying to take my life away from being blessed. That's what I look at when I look at them. It looks like a bunch of haters. And I'm going to just stop right there. Right? Once you're in a case or you're being faced with these serious charges, listen, Meek Mill's on fucking probation. Let's get this straight. Meek Mill's on probation. He's basically getting off whatever he did. He's almost in the clear. They just try to hold him back. You're not even in the muddy waters yet. You're still in the clear waters walking towards a fucking swamp. Calling the DA and the judge haters and thinking they probably won't hear about this. Thinking somebody hasn't been, if they've been tapping your phone since 2013, you think they aren't reading your interviews that you're doing from behind bars? Not a good idea, as I said, just not a good idea. Now, one of the other things, as I said, the full interview, click on the link in the description. Go check it out, man. But one of the other things in the interview that he did with Billboard that really struck me as odd and kind of told me or gave me a little inclination about his relationship with Epic Records, because I told y'all, they fell all the way back. Doesn't look like they're fucking with him too much, and I think he kind of realizes that, yo, the writing's on the wall. This is what he said, because they said, listen, what are you planning to do when you get out? Now, I might be reading too much into his answer, but this is what he said. He said, I want to write some platinum songs and finish up this deal I have with Epic. Sounds like he's not talking about, oh, I want to continue my deal. He's like, I want to get out of this fucking deal. I'm trying to finish it up, right? If you think about it, dog, you just got signed. You didn't even drop an album yet. If you're talking about finishing up a deal with a record label that you haven't even got started yet, seems like they might not be in the best of terms with you at this moment. So I don't know. But yeah, pretty much he told his fans he'll keep your head up, and he said he's in good spirits and he'll be back soon for all the fans, and of course, right? That's his thing. Now, as I said, man, I hope if he's innocent, he actually gets out, but it's not looking good. I don't think this interview helped much. And I think the reason, I don't think Epic Records will let him do this interview. I think whoever let him do this interview is probably a manager or probably someone very local around him. Epic Records, as much as I criticize them, nobody will let him do this interview, believe me. Because I'm reading this interview, I'm like, what? Talk about sneak this and nigga. You're saying fuck the DA and fuck the judge. Not a good idea. I'm telling you this ain't a good idea, but okay, you got it. You got the shmoney team. So we'll see, man. But he does his first interview from behind bars. He pretty much calls the judge and the DA a bunch of haters that's hating on him. And I'm guessing he expects this to go well. Now, as I said, yo, I'm rooting for Bobby Shmurda, but with moves like this, and then with even his lawyer on his mouth in the beginning, him switching lawyers, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I'm not sure if we're going to see Bobby Shmurda anytime soon. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys check out that link. You can read the whole thing. Make sure you guys like, man. Make sure you definitely subscribe. It's your boy DJ Akademiks. I'm going to keep you updated, but not looking too good. I'm out.